mighty God we serve.
I know.
Hallelujah.
I could go on and on, and it's hard to kind of transition here, but we got to get right into it. We've been talking a lot for the last 2 weeks at least about education indoctrination and the school systems and such, and so there's more about that I want to share here. This article, March 18th, 2013, out of endoftheamericandream.com, is titled Texas Public School Curriculum Teaches Students to Design a Socialist Flag and that Christianity is a Cult. And so that's the title. It says here, socialism is being promoted and Christianity is being demonized in the public school systems of some of the most conservative states in America. For example, students in Texas public schools have been taught to design a socialist flag for a new nation, and those that participated in the Boston Tea Party were quote-unquote terrorists, and that Christianity is a cult. It goes on to say another very disturbing aspect of C-Scope is that it teaches children that the God of Islam and the God of the Bible are the exact same thing. The following is an excerpt from a C-Scope lesson plan about religion. Quote, Allah, monotheistic deity, also recognized as the God of Abraham, Yahweh. And then it goes on to say, quote, the C-Scope curriculum actually refers to Christianity as a cult. The following is from C-Scope World History Unit 3, Lesson 2. Quote, in the space of a few hundred years, a small, often brutally persecuted cult rose to become the dominant religion of the West. How did it happen? Contemporary pagan and Christian sources preserve other accusations leveled against the Christians. These included charges of incest and cannibalism, probably resulting from garbled accounts of the rites which Christians celebrated in necessary secrecy, being the love agape, the love feast, and the Eucharist, partaking of the body and the blood of Christ. And it goes on to say in the article, teachers down in Texas were actually required to, quote, sign a contract that would prevent them from revealing what was in the C-Scope lessons or face civil and criminal penalties. End of quote there. Yeah. Yep. It's a curriculum that is it's real, it's happening, it's not a surprise. We've been covering a lot of things. We can only get some of the information. I mean, the indoctrination is on such a deep level. And we're going to go on to the next article that's related to this. It's January 13th. It's from, what is this here, WND.com. And it says, Obama interested in Allah is God curriculum. So it's talking about the C-Scope curriculum and, of course, the Obama connection to this, which is what we've been sharing, and I read about last week, I believe it was, or the week before. And this is direct evidence. Please read the whole article for more. Yes. It says here, quote, a source in the Texas education system has told WND that Common Core operatives in the United States Department of Education are actively pursuing C-Scope as a way around the Texas legislative process. Texas is one of the few states still resisting implementation of Common Core, Obama's National Standards Initiative, which many feel is a transparent attempt to nationalize education and progressively control classroom content with minimal parental oversight implementation. A Common Core is known to have been a condition of school systems' receipt of federal dollars under Obama's Race to the Top program. C-Scope recently has come under fire for evidence of what sources claim to be radical content and secrecy. Now, new information of such a radical agenda has surfaced showing C-Scope connections to Obama mentor and self-acknowledged chair group member Bill Ayers. WND has documented a strong link between Ayers and C-Scope's heavyweight and Common Core advocate Linda Darling Hammond. Darling Hammond is, and then it goes on to say, Darling Hammond is mentioned throughout C-Scope literature, has given innumerable lectures on behalf of C-Scope, and was a part of Obama's educational transition team. And of course, there's a lot of other really detailed connections in the article that I didn't have, time to scope out. So, that's it. That's it. Okay. This is really happening. There is a real change happening.
Yes.
And it's not for good.
Mm-mm.
We have to go on. Going on to the next thing here. Okay, before going on to the next article, it's important to keep in mind that Obama unprecedentedly bowed before the Saudi king when he went to visit him. And, you know, media had covered some of it, and it was like some, you know, media said, what's the big deal? What's the big... No one has ever done that. And it's a real act of submission way above and beyond what, you know, people normally do. So just keeping that in mind, just going on here for this article, it's April 4th, 2013 from charismanews.com, states Saudi Arabia declares destruction of all churches in region. It reads here, earlier this month, news reports surfaced out of Saudi Arabia that raised the red flag for Christians. Todd Nettleton, a spokesman for Voice of the Martyrs USA, says the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia, the top Islamic official in the country of Saudi Arabia, has declared that it is necessary to destroy all the churches of the region. Nettleton goes on to note that the report hasn't surfaced anywhere except on the Council on Foreign Relations website, which was then picked up by The Atlantic. As Saudi Arabia is ranked second on the Open Doors World Watch list, which is a compilation of the 50 countries where persecution of Christians is most severe, the news is not really a surprise. There is no provision for religious freedom in the constitution of this Islamic kingdom. All citizens must adhere to Islam, and conversion to another religion is punishable by death. Public Christian worship is forbidden. Worshippers risk imprisonment, lashing, deportation, and torture. End of quote. That's out of Charisma News.
Yeah.
It's all over. There's so many that are not reported. There's very few that are actually reported what's going on with the rise of these, with the rise of Sharia law, really, globally.
Yep. And it will continue to go this route, and it's not going to change. It's not going to stop. Nothing's going to stop this because the end is going to come, and Islam is the end times religion that the Antichrist will be a part of. And in Islam, the Al-Mahdi is a political leader who comes with the Prophet Jesus, and the Prophet Jesus points to Al-Mahdi, the political leader, and says that Islam is the real way. And this Al-Mahdi is the political leader which we know as the Antichrist, the first beast. And he will be the leader of the Islamic Caliphate, which will rule from Jerusalem. And you continue to go in these last days and look at where Islam is going and Sharia law is going. It matches 100% with prophecy. And in looking at this, go